Speak now to Fabrizio Poli. He's an aviation analyst and managing partner at Tyrus aircraft trading company. He joins us now from Manchester in the UK. Hi there. It's kind of hard to reconcile that though physical distancing is recommended, leaving seats empty would not be required. So, I mean, even with masks on, people will still be sitting just inches away from each other. Is that safe?
Well, I think passengers need to think about what they do before they get on the airplane. So no one seems to be talking about what can we do to boost our immune system. So as long as we're building our immune system, then we're going to be fine. But a lot of people now have found out that certain travel is not actually necessary. Certain business deals and meetings can be done remotely using technology, and more difficulty they throw into air travel with masks and checks and this, that, the other. What it's going to shy people away from air travel. Those that will be able to afford it will fly by private jet, and those others may start thinking, well, out of 10 trips I make a year, I'm going to make 3. The other 7 I'm going to manage online with a video call.
Okay, but I mean, not even the top health experts can say how strong our immune systems might be when it comes to this virus. Their recommendation is to keep a physical distance from everyone you can. It makes it sound almost like the IATA did not want to say leave those empty seats on the plane because they know how much money that will actually cost the airlines. You just can't fly if your flight, you can't fly profitably rather, if your flight is only, a third or half full.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, load factor needs to be 80-85% to make money.
Exactly.
If it's under 80-85%, the airline loses money. So
yes.
You can't keep that empty.
Yeah, there's an issue at hand there that they'll have to explore further. But let me ask you, I mean, there was also another recommendation I read about regarding carry-on luggage and having to minimize that carry-on luggage. I mean, that is already almost as restricted as it can get. Most airlines only allow 8 kilos now, and they're charging massive amounts, massive premiums to check bags. How much is that going to upset travelers if they start cutting back even on that carry-on?
It's going to upset them big time. Again, a lot of people decide not to travel, or those that can will travel privately with a private jet. So you can't create all this hassle for the traveler. I mean, already after 9/11, we saw all the airport checks, security, this, that, and now with all the virus checks and that will be introduced to the airport. I can see airlines asking passengers to turn up 4 hours before their flight to get through all the security and health checks and whatnot. And then, of course, wearing the mask and gloves on board. But again, it's going to be the new normal. I mean, we aren't going to go back to, I mean, back in the day when the first airline I flew for as a pilot, I remember we could have passengers in the cockpit and sit on the jump seat in between us pilots during landing. I mean, that was really fun, but you can't do that anymore. So, things are changing. And this whole virus pandemic lockdown thing is going to change the way we travel by air. So, I mean, be prepared, to wear masks, wear gloves, try and stay distant from people when you can. Make sure you stay as healthy as you can, eat right, take the right supplements, whatever, to sort of boost your immune system. Everyone has to take their own responsibility. And the airlines will have to do what they need to do, also to avoid lawsuits. Because if someone suddenly gets sick and they can track that back to a flight where the airline wasn't being too careful, they could end up suing the airline. And the airlines could be in for some big lawsuits if they don't watch it.
Right. A final question for you. When do you think the air travel industry will get back to quote unquote normal?
I think it's going to take quite a while because, things are going to change. I don't think the airlines are going to go back to flying all the routes they were flying before, just because, they know people aren't just going to rush onto airplanes now and fly. It's going to be slow recovery. And so, I think it's going to take 3, 4, maybe 5 years. We'll see. I mean, it's difficult to tell really right now.
Okay, Fabrizio Poli joining us there. Thanks so much for that.